Well, good morning. It's a beautiful sunny day in Southern California, and I'm live, so to speak. Well, for those of you who are regulars, you know that I've been ill with bronchitis for over 2 months. And that's kept me indoors and in bed for most of that time. But today, I'm feeling well enough to go outside and stream and show you how beautiful this day is and how well I'm feeling. And hey, there's Susan. Good to see you. So let's get the show on the road. And look at that, a lass from England. All right. Now, let me get myself focused, get the camera where I want it. You know, the problem is I want to look there at you guys, and at the same time I want to keep an eye on what's going on. So we'll just play it by ear, and you know, if it's wonky, it's wonky. At least I'm out here doing my thing. Thank you, alas. It's great to feel better. So let's do a little walking here. I'm a couple blocks from where I live, and I thought at first I was going to go try and do something a little more adventurous, but I realized that I'm still not 100%. I still have trouble breathing, but compared to even 2 days ago, I feel enormously better. In fact, 2 days ago, I was feeling so bad that I called the doctor's office, spoke with the nurse, and they asked a litany of questions. And when I was done answering, the nurse says, well, we advise you to go ahead and go to the ER and get evaluated. Now, first of all, I'm not keen on doctors and hospitals in general. They have their place and they have their purpose, and I'm appreciative of the services that have been rendered, but I've also discovered that they're not infallible. And I've had situations where I've gone in, spent money, and in the end, there was no resolution to the concern. It fortunately, improved on its own. And more importantly, every time I've gone in to the ER, which has been at least 3 times in the last 4 or 5 years, especially if I go in on a weekend, I ended up staying for at least 3 days. Now, I couldn't afford to lose those 3 days for a number of reasons. First of all, I wanted to make sure I continue streaming live for you guys. Next, and most importantly, really, is, in the United States, taxes are due on April 18th. Normally, I'm already have all my taxes finished and submitted to my tax person, and that person finishes the job and sends it out. Well, I'm behind schedule. I was just too sick to deal with it. And I finally have the energy now to sit down at my desk and spend the entire day filling out the forms and making sure all the information I have to submit to the government is accurate and can be, submitted without concern. Now, I'm going to do that after I do the live stream, but I wanted to do that first and get that done today. So now for fun, I'm going to swing the camera around. Let's see. And show you this house. And the reason I'm showing you this house is that it kind of reminds me of how I feel. I'm weather worn. I'm a little distressed on the outside or the inside, but I am starting to improve. And And I know particularly on this particular piece of property, they have been working on this place for about 2 years. And now at least they've got the structure up, and you know, before you know it, they'll have the entire home finished. Pretty nice looking. A little ostentatious, I think, for this neighborhood. It's just so damn big, and it just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is. I don't know how the neighbors feel about it. But so there it is. A work in progress. Both the house and me, that's right. Okay, let's swing the camera back around. All right, now, one of the things I want to bring to your attention, and you can comment either in the chat or you know, after the live stream is over. Oops, there's a car behind me. Gotta get out of the way and not get hit. Hang on there. I'm being summoned over here by these people. Hi there.
Eyesore, isn't it?
That's what I just said on the stream. That's exactly what I just said. Do you mind being on camera?
No, I don't want to be in.
Okay, then I won't turn the camera around. Right now it's on me.
Are you a neighbor, or are you actually...
I actually live a block and a half away from here. I live over on Vale. And I was telling my viewers that, you know, this house has been this way for at least 2 years or more. And it's 3 years, he says. 3 years, guys. And that I was telling them, you know, it's kind of like me. I've been suffering bronchitis for 2 months, and my first day out, 2 months. And so I assumed this house is like me, weather worn, but it's improving. But I said, it is an eyesore because it's ostentatious. It's too big for the neighborhood. It doesn't blend in with the rest of the houses. So you kind of confirmed that feeling.
You must have been listening to me complain. That's exactly what I've said all along.
So there you go, guys. I'm not the only one. This man actually lives just 2 houses away, and he has the same concern or feeling that I do about the property. So
I send that to Orange County Code Enforcement.
Well,
I have been down there a half a dozen times, and they can't seem to get this guy to do anything.
Really? Well, I don't know if
Did you ever see the container that was in the street?
No.
One of those big storage containers?
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't been down here actually for about a year now, and then because I'm just so busy with work, and then I caught this blasted bronchitis.
We had a storage container in the cul-de-sac for almost 4 months.
Uh-huh.
And we couldn't get code enforcement to do anything.
Huh.
Now, if I park a car out here for 3 days,
Yeah.
they can tow it away.
Look at that.
Code enforcement told me they couldn't do anything about that container. And then I find out that they gave him a permit to have it.
Uh-huh.
They charged him $600 for the permit,
Yeah.
$300 a month.
Wow. That's why they're not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
They're making money off of it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys can hear what he's saying. Like I said, they didn't want to be on camera.
I've got an appointment.
And I got to keep streaming. I got to be done in 15 minutes. Thank you. Nice to have met you. All right, guys, there you go. You see what happens? Unfortunately, you know, that's government for you. They're more concerned with their pocketbook than your pocketbook. But that's old news. Everyone knows about that. And it said, now who else is there? There's somebody. Megan, wonderful. And Simon is here. Fantastic. Hey, we got a full house. This is wonderful. Of course, now I kind of lost my train of thought because I got to get back on topic here about, you know, like I said, they wanted me to go into the ER. They said I should go in within 24 hours, and that was on Friday. And I was really, really feeling horrible on Friday. I was having a difficult time breathing, and there were some other concerns. But Saturday morning I woke up and I was definitely feeling much better. And I thought, I don't want to go in and end up in the hospital for 3 days and lose all that time. And just so you know, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really read the chats, and I want to because I love the interaction with all of you. But I want to focus on what I have to say, so bear with me if I don't respond to your comments. And who is that? Well, there's Lady Misty too. Fantastic. And you have your sons. Hey, my eyesight's better than I think. Normally I can't read that tiny type. Must be because it's so bright outside that my irises are really tight and, allowing me to focus a little bit better. Anyway, again, for those of you who are regulars, you know that I've been ill for 2 months. You know that I've managed, surprisingly to me, to continue streaming every week, as I had committed to myself and to you to do back at the beginning of the year. And so I did miss one day about 3 weeks ago. Dang, I wish I could read these as they go by, but I'll have to do this later. Now that I'm feeling well enough to get outside, I still have to get it out of my chest. There's still a residual congestion. And again, like just walking from that to here, I'm out of breath. It's like, that's not the way it should be. At least I don't think it should be. But I think being outside, getting some fresh air, getting some sunshine is a good thing for me. And with that in mind, I definitely want you to stay tuned to the very end, because I have a little something I'm going to show you. It's a teaser about something that's going to happen in the relatively near future. As I said, I was feeling pretty good yesterday. As a result, I went and did something, or I began the process. I haven't actually done everything yet, but it's going to happen. Oh, one of the things that's troubling me, I don't know if you have noticed it, but when I have watched this, because I always review my work to see where I can improve, I noticed it on using the Prism app, which is the app I use to live stream with, and I love it. It's 99% what I want of a live streaming app. But I noticed that whenever I switch the camera from this view, from where you can see me to where you can see in front of me as we're walking, that the quality of the audio diminishes just a little bit. Evidently, when it switches to the other side, oh, and Monique is here too. Wonderful. We have a full house. Thank you for showing up, all of you. Yes, and hello to you too. Barking up the wrong tree, I think. Anyway, what it appears is that when I switch the camera to the front view, that it deactivates the camera on my side and activates deactivates the mic on my side and activates the camera on the front side, which, I can see that. That's logical. But when I'm doing a stream, particularly one like this, where I want to show you something and talk about it, I want that quality of audio to be better than what it is, or what it is currently. And so I'm looking into some possibilities of some new equipment. Actually, quite a bit. Got some ideas I want to try to implement, and only time will tell whether or not I will succeed. But if you don't try, you never find out. You know, you have to at least give it your best shot, and that's what I'm going to do. And so there we are. So, boy, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really out of breath. But I couldn't even have done this 2 weeks ago. Walk around like this. I wouldn't have made it. So I'm very happy with the improvement, and hopefully this is not a false recovery, shall we say? Meaning that when I first got sick, there were several times where I thought I had turned the corner, I was out of the woods, and I was on my way to recovery. And no sooner than I had made that comment to somebody, in fact, I've made it on some of these past live streams, I found that I got ill again. So here we are. I'm back home, and I'm going to sit down for a minute, and I'm going to show you one more item, and then we'll wrap the stream up. And this also will give me a chance to kind of see what the messages have to say. Okay, so I'm gonna, so give me a second. I'll put on my glasses and just do a quick review of all the messages, and then I will show you what I want to show you. Oh, one thing. In fact, I'll show you something right now. In fact, there we go. Oh, thank you, Monique. Oh, I'm glad you think I'm looking better. That's a good sign. And Simon, yes, I know what your problem is about the alveolar issue. I'm actually I've done a lot of investigating online in the last 2 days because I've had the time. I just, even though I'm feeling better, I'm pretty much still inside. Or one of Simon's cocktails. Yes, Simon often, no, that's not fair to say. I was going to say you're often knockered, and I know that's not true. But you often use that term knockered, and I love it. Simon, by the way, lives in, I always get this wrong, Holland or Brussels or somewhere in that general area. You'd think after all the time I've known him, I'd remember. Oh, Mrs. Doyle's go on. All right. So, anyways, what I was about to show you, I made the comment how it's sunny California. On Friday, this is what the weather was like here. We had an amazingly heavy rainfall on Friday. It just came out of nowhere. Fortunately, the day before, I had scraped myself together sufficiently that I could cut the yard. Hang on here, we'll get out here. Because after 2 weeks, it was already Belgium. Thank you, alas. I knew it was in somewhere. Well, that's what I thought. Belgium is in Holland. See, that's why I keep getting it mixed up. How to upset Europeans. Well, it upsets me, Simon, because honestly, I don't like to misrepresent people in any way, shape, or form. And when I partially know the information and I talk and I come out, I don't want to sound like a complete idiot, let's face it, I might be an idiot, but I don't want to be a complete idiot. But now I'm going to remember. In fact, the question, Simon, is if I tell people about you again, do I say you live in Belgium or do I say you live in Holland? Because I don't know which is the appropriate choice to pick. So you gotta let me know. Okay, that being done, and we'll wait for the jet to get by, I'm going to, let's see. No, Belgium is in Belgium. Holland is in the Netherlands. But where the hell are you, Simon? That's the point. Help! For those not familiar with California, yes, we have to mow the lawn year round. Yes, unless of course you don't water your lawn during the summertime, in which case it will die off and look scraggly, which is what my backyard looks like. But that's not the case today. Okay, so I'm going to show you now what I want to show you, and we will go out on this. Well, I'll come back after I show it to you. You're on your sofa. Oh, very funny. Ha, ha, ha. You're a great help, Simon. All right, so meanwhile, I gotta get this over and bring that up and enlarge it. Okay, this is a preview and a hint of what's coming up for next week's live stream. That's it for now. Hang on. I got. Come on. It's, I actually practiced trying to get out of these dang things, and it's not as easy as it should be, in my opinion. All right. Is that with wine, Simon, or swine with Wyman? No, I can't be right. All right. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it as I slur my words, and I haven't even had any wine. That's it. Wait a minute. I have to do the same old things that everybody says. If you like the programming that I provide, I'd appreciate it if you did subscribe. That really helps, and particularly because I'm close to getting 7,000 subscribers. I'm about 145 subscribers away. I'd really like to hit that mark before September. That's my goal. Cheerio, Simon. So like, subscribe, and if you're watching this after the live stream is over, please leave a comment. And until next time, this is UFO Bob out.